Okay, so to start things off, we actually have several Nintendo characters that alphabetically each respond to a different value. So after we sort everything here, they'll end up being in order. So kind of going from the start here, we have two values, I and J, denoted by the two Joycon controllers. So the blue one will slowly move towards the red one in our example. We also have the grip, which is going to act as our p-value for our quicksort. So here we look at our p-value, which is currently at the end of everything at 5. And then we're going to pan on over to the I value, which is currently at 7. As 7 is currently less than our p-value, our p-value is currently going to be a smaller value than our I value. That's fine. So we're going to increment our I value, and our p-value will remain the same. So now we go back to our next value, and we compare 3 to 5. Since 3 and 5 are actually going to be different values, and 3 is less than 5 in this case, we're going to increment our J value. And then now we know that we have to swap 3 and 7. Now that we swapped those two values, we're going to increment I one more time. Now we have our p value, which is 5, and our I value, which is 1. So we know that since 1 is going to be less than 5, we need to swap again. Now that we swap those values, we now have 3, 1, 7, 6, 8, 4, 2, 5, with our I at 6 and our J at 1, with our P still at 5. Now we compare our value 6 to our value 5. Since 6 is greater than 5, we're not going to switch. Now we increment our I value again. So again, 5 against 8. 8 is still the bigger number, so we're not going to switch. Now we're going to compare our next value, moving on over to 4. So we compare 4 and 5. So 4 is actually less than 5. So now we need to look all the way back to our J value, and these are going to swap. So with these, since our J value now moves 1 over, let's zoom out here. So our new order is going to rotate and become 3, 1, 4, 6, 8, 7, 2, 5 after we swap them. Now we increment our J value. So now our J value and our I value has switched, and now we're 3, 1, 4, 6, 8, 7, 2, 5. So now we're going to compare 7 to 5. 7 is bigger than 5, so we won't be swapping right now. Then we're going to move this guy over. Now we're comparing 2 and 5. Since 2 is actually less than 5, we're going to swap again. So the location of our I will be moving to our J, and vice versa. So now we have 3, 1, 4, 2, 8, 7, 6, 5. With P over 5, I over 6, and J is at 2. Since we've now reached the end of our whole array, our I is now on the same platform as this guy. So when that happens, we now need to look back to our J value. Since our J value is now going to increment 1 more, we're going to just swap our P value with where this guy was. For our next step, because now we've incremented our J and we place our I, 7 and 6 are the next two values. As they're right next to each other, when we compare the two, we know that 7 is in fact bigger than 6. So when we increment our I, it'll go to 6. 7 remains with our J, our blue Joy-Con, and so these two values are also going to swap, at which point we'll have 5, 6, 7, 8. As our values have now swapped around, our end, 5, 6, 7, 8, is now perfect. So now the next idea is that we're going to go back to the front to place it at the next value. So our P will go to 2, and our I will go to 3, with J holding no variable for now. So 3 is in fact greater than new, so we are not going to be swapping there. So we're going to increment our I to the next value. So now we have 1 against 2. 1 is actually going to be less than 2. So we're going to increment this guy, and then these two values are going to swap, just like we've been doing previously. Now that we swap, we have 1, 3, 4, 2. So now that we've compared that value, this guy's going to slide over. We're going to compare our I value with our P again. So 4 and 2. 4 is obviously the bigger number, so that one is going to not change. So now as our I value moves over one more time, now we're comparing our final value with another value. So we increment our J again. Oops, our Joycon fell off here. So now we have these two values, which this one has our I and our P at the same time. So these two are going to swap to make 1, 2, 4, 3. Now as we're down to our final two values, we know that 4 is in fact bigger than 3. So these two final values will swap. Now that we've done that, our sorting is complete. So we have Bayonetta at 1, Chrom at 2, Link at 3, Luigi at 4, Mario at 5, Marth at 6, Peach at 7, and Pikachu at 8. So hopefully, thanks to these Nintendo characters and my explanation, you've learned a little bit more about quick sorting.